Okay, we have now with us our distinguished clerk, Mr. Trent Triple. And you've got a good report, I can just tell.
Yes. We're 7 days away, Mr. Chairman, from election. I have some updates. You probably are aware of these, but for the general public's consumption, 22,214 absentee requests. We will not be receiving any more requests. We're within that deadline where people can request an absentee. Of those, about 30% of return. We think that we'll hit about 85 to maybe, I'm guessing 85% return rate on the absentees.
22,000, you say? How does that
22,000.
compare to 2 years ago?
It's about $1,500 or 1,500 ballots less.
Oh, really?
So, pretty on par with what we've seen previously, and that's surprising given that 2 years ago we had a lot more competitive races. No disrespect to the current people on the ballot right now, higher up the ballot. We've had roughly 4,000 early voting. What's interesting is of those early voting in person, 72% are Republican. And of the absentees that have been requested to date, 22,214, as I mentioned, the Republicans are more than double that of the Dems and the unaffiliated, which is something that we have not seen in previous elections. So the Republican percentages of both absentee and early voting are extremely high. So there seems to be a lot more interest on the
According to the
Republican
Secretary
side.
of State's webpage, there's more Republicans moving to the state.
There are, and these aren't necessarily the overall numbers. This is just the percentages based off of the affiliation. So that's showing that there's more interest on the Republican side in this election.
Or is there just less interest on the Democrat
Or
side?
less
because they have
interest.
less primaries.
But all those numbers are also trending higher. The raw numbers are trending higher than we've seen in the past for Republicans. So those are of note. Other things that people should be aware of. Public logic and accuracy test for all of our elections equipment is this Thursday at 2 p.m. It's open to the public if they'd like to come view that. And we have been receiving a lot of interest in our new ballot verifier system from across the country. The EAC Commission has reached out and they want to study it and understand it a little bit more and disseminating amongst other jurisdictions across the country. And then the Secure Elections Project just reached out to us yesterday in respect to their support of the state of Arizona looking at a very similar system. So kudos to the commission for supporting that initiative. It's garnering great reviews across multiple jurisdictions, and hopefully the citizens of Ada County will have the utmost trust in how we're conducting our elections, because now they can go on and audit us at their free will as much as they want. So that's the report from the election, or from the clerk's office right
Isn't that
now.
one of the things they were looking for 2 years ago, or is looking to look at the ballots and stuff, and they call it, I need a term for it.
The ballot images?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few people that have posted ballot images, but there's a big difference between, vomiting 500,000 ballot images in a single file online and doing what we've done, which is allowing people to go in and actually look at it per race, per contest, per candidate. It's a game changer, I think, in terms of validating the results of an election. But what we're finding is more people than we expected are using it for just data and understanding elections in general, because it breaks it down by absentee, early voting, and in person. And you can see voter behavior on those. A couple mayors actually called me this last week saying this is a game changer for candidates and campaigns to go in and look at and see the actual ballots cast in a precinct to know, and understand that most voters in Idaho are not monolithic. You'll see Republicans, Democrats, independents voted for all on the same ballot. And so understanding that voter behavior is something that they're really geeking out on right now. And I can see it being very valuable for people in the future. So we're excited about it. Now we just need to hold up our bargain and run the election so that people still have trust in us, so which we plan on doing.
Great. You got anything else?
That's it.
Well, good. Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm looking forward to looking at that material myself.
Yes.
I'm not a geek, but I'm gonna look at it. Well, I'm a geek.
Well, you know, one more thing, it's interesting, a lot of people have asked us, who do you think is going to use this? And I think the overall percentage of people that will actually use it are pretty small. The fact that it exists is the biggest value that it brings, right? That people know that it's there, and that we don't have any information that we're hiding from anybody or making it difficult to get. It's all out there, and if they want, they could go look at it. Most people won't.
How would a recount be conducted? Because it's already there.
Well, it's interesting, you say that Arizona is looking at this in terms of its recount capability. And so they would want to have this in play for candidates to consider recounts or contests to the election. Right now, our timing doesn't work like that because our stuff will be posted about 4 to 6 weeks after the election, which is outside of the contest period. But it's not to say at some point in the future we can't get that time down and be able to refine our process so that a candidate could go on before the contest period, run this software and look at it and go, is this worth my time and money to go in and contest the election? Because I can see every ballot image and analyze it myself before I decide I'm going to come in and pay money to have it done physically. So there's possibility for that in the future, but right now we just wanted to get it up and running within 4 to 6
Sure.
weeks. So
Well, that's what it seemed like. If you can look at every ballot, a recount would be no different.
it wouldn't be.
Right.
Other than, again, the official record is the
Right.
paper ballot.
Right. Okay, well, thank you.